Yes. Recording in progress. Welcome everybody. I'm Janice, I'm the chair.
Hi.
You have a lot of new faces and some familiar faces. And we have two DRB members on Zoom today, Seth and Mary's chair, and myself. So that's a quorum. Jim, who both was on our chair, is not on the board anymore. He's just informed me that his term retired, ended in April. So you wanted more about some of the. Thank you. Yeah, I read people today, so I could also share them. Okay, everybody sign in to if you missed them. Okay. We're gonna call the meeting to order at what time is it, Mary? I don't see the clock. 7:01.
7:01.
Thank you. All right then, how about we just go around and introduce ourselves?
Peter Burmeister.
Karen Story. And why are we here? How about that too?
I'm here to review an appeal to my comments.
Thank you.
Karen Story, zoning administrator.
Alex put it in, interested neighbor.
Okay,
Sean Flaskamper, I'm a contractor.
okay, thank you.
My name is Sue Burke and I'm an appellant.
Okay,
Keely Oaks, I'm an appellant.
yep,
Interested neighbor, yeah.
great, great, great. So all of you who are going to testify at the hearing, actually, do you have an agenda? For
I realized that I
Because
forgot.
I did not print it out.
I thought I had, but I don't see it.
There were other things that were.
That's yours.
But I didn't.
Oh, so like this.
I can pull it up on my phone.
Are we proceeding with the meeting? As in,
Yes, we have, right now, we have a
Okay.
meeting.
okay,
I can call the meeting to order.
okay.
Yeah, the DRB is having a meeting. It's our monthly.
Oh,
meeting.
okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot to print them out. I don't have my computer and printer at home is very, so I decided to talk.
Let me find it, even though I know what it is. I just would like to have it in front of me. Which one did it send? Did you send it with today's DRB meeting?
No, it probably was before.
It is, it's attached on to 12. Thanks everybody for patience.
Too many things on my plate today.
You keep freezing.
Maybe that's you.
Not me.
Okay,
It's actually looked okay to me. I haven't seen it freezing.
okay.
I think it's basically improve the agenda. The agenda happens to have.
The decision
The appeal.
and the decision that we need to.
No,
look at.
that's past on. So we have a motion for a continuance of tonight's hearing. Right, but
We're
we
gonna
would like to
call
put
it
forward.
here, yeah, we got.
Okay,
So we
wanna
have
say
to
that,
start
because there's information that has not been approved. So the first thing is to approve the agenda, which is basically the hearing. Yeah, I'm trying to find the agenda myself.
Okay,
Somewhere.
well, it's really, that's all that we're here.
Right, and then we approve the minutes of May 8th. Oh, I got it, okay, I see that's for your meeting, okay.
May 8th, we'll do that after.
Right,
All right, so I'm gonna call, we
it
have,
says review the agenda and make any adjustments.
yes.
Okay.
Any adjustments do we have?
But also looks like we've got one more person that's joined here virtually.
Carrie Bigham, yeah.
Hi
Yeah.
there. Nice to see everyone.
We can't see you, you're a big gray blob.
Yeah. That's because I will join in the video in a moment, but I just need to participate by audio at the moment right now. Thank you.
Great, thanks for joining. So first thing I need to do is make a motion to go into the hearing, right, or just call the meeting?
Call the hearing.
Call the hearing, what time is it?
7:05.
7:05, and it's a hearing, it's an appeal for permit, Peter Brewmaster put together a permit. Here it is. Where is it?
It's right at the top, 2024-01.
2004-01, parcel, okay, thank you, sorry, everybody,
That's
but
all right.
you did have an agenda. So we have, we're here because an appeal has been presented to this board for a permit that Peter has put forth for a shed on his property in East Montpelier. And
Thank you.
Bear?
Plainfield, sorry. I've had a rough day, and I'm all low, my board members are virgin.
That's 50 lives in East Montpelier, so that's probably what, maybe that's what the address says.
No,
I confused.
well,
Understandable.
yeah, it does say Montpelier.
Yeah.
So, Kylie has put forth an appeal, which we.
Kaylee and Susie.
Kaylee and Susie,
Yeah.
Susie had, and we are resuming that hearing actually, right?
Right, I re-warned the whole entire thing.
Right.
So I put in time darkness, I hung it up, I sent out the new warning. I put the new times up, so it's completely rewarned. For definitely for today.
Right.
But it is a continuance from March. Right, but I totally rewarned it so that everybody.
All the T's were crossed and the I's were
Right,
dotted.
hopefully.
All right, and Peter has brought us a new site plan updated.
Have we affirmed that we're?
No, let's do that, thank you. I was gonna do that in the fourth hearing, so not organized thing, sorry. So everybody who's gonna speak, please raise your hand and repeat after yours, well. Follow the oath, it says, I hereby affirm that the evidence I give in the cause under consideration shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth under pains and perjury of penalties of perjury. Say yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. I heard y'all. Now, let's get down to business. Peter has, what I understand is that there are now designated class 2 wetlands on this property.
Yes.
That were formed, it's a subdivided land, correct? And Kaylee, you bought some property, how long ago?
4 years ago.
Okay.
2020.
And Peter, when did you buy your
Last
property? Okay, and there's other people who have purchased the other lots of the subdivision, or just
I'm not aware.
of any other? Okay,
Yes, there are.
okay. So Peter's trying to build there, correct?
I did what?
You're trying to build there,
Oh, yes.
and you have a building permit?
I have a
or-
building permit for the garage workshop,
Okay,
and I have a building permit for the shed.
okay, and then it's the shed that's being appealed at this hearing.
Yes.
And the concern that Kylie
Yes, it
brought
is.
forth, I didn't call you, right?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Kylie's brought forth to us is that it's designated it was class 2 wetlands around on Peter's property and on their property, and she's done a lot of work with the state and with surveyors. If you're interested, some of it's here. And the state has designated that land as a class 2 wetland. When you purchased that property, it wasn't
It
designated,
was not,
right?
and I have updated information.
Okay, and when you purchased it, did you know that it was class 2 wetlands?
I was aware that there were class 2 wetlands potentially on the property, and it doesn't have to be designated as a class 2 wetland to be protected.
Well, I think it's wonderful
so
that you
just
chose
saying.
to protect the wetlands that are really vital to the health of our hydrology, so that's a really great thing. And I appreciate you've done that, and I appreciate that you've designated that land as that, and so that it can, you know, serve its function. Preserving the watershed.
Yes.
And then Peter, you want to speak to, you said you had some updated.
Yes, I do.
The reason we continued this hearing is that, the Peter, in cooperation with his neighbor, called on the state to come and inspect his land, and they did find class 2 wetlands, correct? You want to speak to that?
I will.
I asked you to speak.
We were motioning to continue, so are we continuing with this hearing currently today? Because we aren't privy to the information that the zoning administrator, the DRB has been privy to.
Yeah, because I received an email from Peter that says that.
Excuse me, we're interrupting the hearing, and you don't have a right to interrupt the hearing. And we are aware that you've asked for continuance.
Thank you.
And I could speak to my board members about that right now, since you'd like that addressed. Mary and Seth, do you feel a need to continue the hearing? Based on the fact that the information was received just in what is being considered an untimely manner, which is today.
I'm sorry, say that again, Janice, please.
I need to continue the hearing to another date.
Oh, fine by me.
Okay, Seth?
I would like to, I don't have a good grasp of all the information that's been submitted at this time, so I would love to have a better sense of that before I make a determination of whether a continuation makes sense. So it'd be helpful for me to hear, because I don't feel like I was privy to any information ahead of time that wasn't posted to the website, as far as I was aware.
So I think that we can use this information to get this meeting, this hearing, to gather information and to hear conversation. And then the board can make a determination whether we want to continue it or not. Right.
I just want to be clear that I received an email from Peter that this.
Why are you filming me right now?
This,
Why is he
Okay.
taking a picture of me?
okay,
Wrong.
okay. That the state A&R inspection had been completed and a report was written, which was sent to the DRB and the zoning administrator for their information and comments. I haven't seen this report and and that was before right now. So I understand you have information you're trying to present right now, but we haven't seen this report and that's why we're motioning for continuance.
Well, actually, we'd like to see the report, and if we feel like we need more time, then we can continue it, okay? But right now, let's hear from the ZA to respond to your concerns. Yes, and then you, yes, please.
So I think that was maybe a miscommunication on Peter's part, because I have not seen this report and I have not seen this map, and it was not sent to me
Right.
or the DRB. So it's just, I think that's a miscommunication.
Thank you. I still think I need more time to review it.
The
Well, thank you,
information,
we'll keep that into consideration.
Okay.
Dennis, the pertinent information was only finalized about 2 hours ago.
Okay,
However, this issue came up before this board several months ago. At which time the ruling was that matters of wetlands are the purview of the state and not this board. So I wonder why we're even having this here.
I would say because your permit for your shed was appealed, and within the DRB, your neighbors appealed that, and so we have to consider their concerns, which are class 2 wetlands and that are on your property, and perhaps the permit violates the setback or the boundaries in which you have a map to show us that is certified by an engineer, and you have a state report.
I do,
And
but
would
my
you like
point
to present
is,
that as evidence today?
my point is that this is really not pertinent to this board. This was a state matter
I think the state, you brought the state to your property, correct?
several times.
And so you were participating in trying to sort this out with the state,
That's
correct?
right.
And is there any reason you can't bring that before the board to help inform us
Oh, I-
whether we should deny this appeal or grant this appeal? Because
Well,
that's why we are.
I will give you the information, but I really question whether this board has purview over this matter.
I don't think we're here to determine whether the wetlands exist or not. We are here to determine the information that we've been
I'm
given.
happy to present.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you present the information, the report, and the map that you only received today, so that we can decide what to do next,
Okay.
okay?
So I have here a letter. And the letter is dated June 5th, so that's a week ago. From Laura LaPierre, Wetlands Program Manager, Vermont Agency of Natural Resources, Department of Environmental Conservation, Watershed Management Division, Wetlands Program. That's quite a title.
I'm sure it's.
Okay. I can read the whole letter, or I can just read the final paragraph, which most.
Well, go ahead and sum up there.
Okay, the proposed single family home, driveway and septic are proposed outside the wetland and buffer zone on the site plans. Therefore, outside of the wetlands program's jurisdiction. However, and I'll clear this up in a minute, it is not clear if the building envelope is within 50 feet. Grading and creation of lawn and wetland or buffer zone would require a permit. Please add your building envelope to the development plan, which we have done. I also recommend that you add some split rail fence, boulders or equivalent to the edge of the wetland buffer by the home to prevent any encroachment. Any expansion of the plan would likely need a permit.
Okay. You're submitting this as evidence? Okay,
I can run down and make copies.
would you like a copy?
I would like to comment if I'm allowed to talk.
Let Peter finish and then you can talk.
Okay, yeah, we would both appreciate a copy of that.
So, since I received that letter, I've worked with my environmental consultant and with Derek Evans of Chase and Chase and Craig Chase of Chase and Chase. Most highly regarded, or one of the most highly regarded engineering firms in the state. And we, working together, produced this map, which now meets all the requirements that the state has asked us for. And so maps that were produced prior to this afternoon are now obsolete.
The ones that you submitted.
The ones that we submitted prior to today are completely obsolete. They were based on a evaluation made by Shannon Morrison from ANR. Laura LaPierre is her superior. She's the head of that organization, or of that division of that organization. So she has the final word as far as ANR is concerned. And she completely said she couldn't make any sense out of Shannon Morrison's maps. They didn't make any sense to her at all. And that there were flags placed all over the property, and she couldn't even determine what they meant. So we have now re-demarcated the wetlands, all the wetland zones on the property. And I have these, a couple copies of these maps here.
Would you like to lay them out here so
Okay,
people
yes.
can see them? And everybody's free to come and look at these maps.
Can I comment?
Not yet, no, we're still working on.
Please don't photograph me anymore, thank you.
Not interested.
I don't know why you did that, but that's very weird, and he's actually
So
someone
I just-
on our property
this is
before, so I'm
why
not sure why he's here.
This is why I want a continuance, because this stuff is so new. This is
Well,
why
come
this
take
is
a
not.
look at it.
looked You know, I don't wanna look at this right now, I want my surveyor, and my attorney, and my wetlands psychologist to look at it.
Well, that's.
So I need an opportunity, an equitable opportunity to do that, and I'm not looking at
Sure,
this.
thanks.
Okay,
So,
well,
that's it.
all right.
Cause I shared everything well in advance.
Peter, is it okay if I take a picture of this?
Certainly.
I don't want you near me.
Oh.
He's been around me for over a
All
year.
right.
Public meeting, public meeting. We're all here, I have no stake in this game, but like,
Okay.
I'm like watching you guys.
Well, that's scary, man.
So.
Hey, Janice,
Your map, yes, Seth.
I have a kind of a process question as far as based on this information. It seems like the plans have changed, sounds like substantially. So
No,
no.
the plans haven't changed. What's happened is a site map has been updated
Okay,
with the wetlands on it.
Nothing else has been changed.
Nothing, and what we're here to do, Seth, is to
Yeah.
determine whether the appeal for the shed is valid because it's within a setback of a wetland. And
Okay.
these maps are what Peter's presenting as evidence that were given that from, based on the survey from this A&R and from his licensed engineer.
I also just want to like make clear that there's also an encroachment on our property, which is in the purview of the municipality. So there's an encroachment which is documented on the survey we provided, so it's not just the wetland, it's the encroachment.
Well, we can talk about that when you have your turn to speak. Thank you.
Okay, what I also have here, Janice, is a large version of the site. Which basically replicates what's on here, but this is specifically the site plan with the building envelope.
And
Janice,
this a permitted septic
Septic, yes.
field, so you guys have these maps, correct? They were sent to you today, Karen sent them to us.
Not that,
You sent this one to us,
that was the one that was with the original.
Yeah.
and so it's changed,
Well, the site plan has not changed.
but the wetland designations have
Yes.
changed?
Yes.
Okay,
so we haven't seen that.
no, probably can't see it from Zoom, can you?
No, but
No.
it wasn't sent to us, correct?
No one's had access until it's been
It
presented.
wasn't available until about 3 o'clock today.
And where's the
Will it match
proposed
this or
shed
not?
That's the real
location?
question, right? Do we agree or not?
Where's the shed location? I don't see it on the map. I see it on this map over here, but I don't see it on this map. It's not on that one, it is on this.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Okay, and what's this one? Well, I think it's
I'm
hard.
not sure why we have this, but it's basically this.
Okay, well, Peter, I'd have to say it's very hard, just not getting these, I know you just got 3 hours ago. And we have 2 board members who would have to make this decision and they're not able to see this.
We've been working on this every day for the last 5 days.
I believe you've been working very hard at this, okay, I understand that, and, my board members, we can take a picture and send you a copy, or we could choose to continue this hearing, and everybody could have a chance to look at the maps a little more thoroughly, what are your opinions?
I think it'd be helpful to have a bit more time.
Yes,
You know, I don't think just getting it today will give me enough time, particularly considering this is, you know, there's some contention here between parties. So I would say it's sounding more like we're going to need a continuance.
I
Mary?
second that. This is Carrie Bigham. I second that.
Thank you, Carrie.
I'm
Mary?
sorry, Carrie, are you on the DRB?
No,
I'm an adjoining landowner and,
Oh, okay,
yep,
okay, okay.
Not an official second.
Okay.
But- yeah.
I second the continuance. I would like to see these maps. I'd like to see them in color because some of the maps I've seen are so confusing to look at. And I'd like to get rid of all the old maps and look at the new ones.
so, I don't think these come in color.
No.
These are engineered site plans that
Oh, okay.
town, Mary, so you would have to read the little boxes to tell you what each delineation means, so that's a good, you know, it will take some time to study it.
Yes,
So, Peter, do you have digital copies of these yet?
Yes.
Can you send them to the ZA so she can send them around to all the interested parties and the DRB members? And I know that there's frustration on your parts with the delay.
Well, as I understand it, we're here to talk about the shed. That's the only thing that was on the agenda, so the only thing that I can't proceed with is the
The
shed.
shed, correct,
I don't, just want to clarify.
yes, correct.
The shed is actually of only marginal importance.
Okay, kind of,
Yes, so a couple things. Laura Lapierre is the same person who wrote the decision that was the draft determination of the class 2 wetland, as long with the map from which is in color, because wetlands delineations are typically in color, although site plans are not. So I'm wondering where the wetlands delineation is that is separate from this. But aside from that, I think it's been very confusing the entire time. This is an appeal of an permit for a shed. However, there was another permit that was amended. I mean, there's been multiple permits for this property, and none of them are for a home.
No, we have not.
So, okay, all right, fine. I'm just saying that the site plan has been the same. It's been a revised site plan from the beginning. So, I understand that it may be limited to the shed, but regardless, we've been given an extensive amount of new information today. And I need to review it before I'm comfortable proceeding.
I hear that also from my board members. And Karen, do you have anything to add in this appeal, in this process?
No, I think the continuance is great, and we are discussing the shed. The encroachment,
Can you explain what that
the
is?
encroachment is what we're talking about, this portion right here, which is a covenant that's existing. This is not under the true purview of the zoning administrator. Okay.
Could you,
The covenant isn't, could you show where?
but it is for the people who put together this.
Right, so what I'm talking about right now as a zoning administrator is this shed right here. And if there's something going on in this.
But that's a deeded
Right,
thing. You're saying the
Right.
zoning administrator
So-
would not
so-
be concerned with that?
so what I'm saying is, this is 50 feet, right?
Mhm.
So I'm concerned is this building 50 feet? from the
Outside
curb?
of the wetland boundary,
Yeah.
which could be, this is why it's complicated, right?
Right, so no, zoning administrator, forest and ag, 50 feet from the edge of the road, 50 feet from the property line, 50 feet from the rear and side property lines, okay? Those are my,
Right, but what about a deeded covenant?
So-
That is a
yeah.
restricted area,
So-
you're telling me the zoning administrator wouldn't have reviewed this? I mean, that's-
no, I'm not, no,
I
I'm
mean-
saying that it's in the, you're.
Okay, I just wanna make sure
Yeah,
that
so
it's-
this portion right here, he can't build in from zoning regulation.
okay,
So this utility shed is out.
but it's twofold, because you're right, that from a zoning perspective, like, you can't build over there, but we're also talking about wetlands in a restricted area and across it.
Right,
He's
so.
not built,
But so what I'm saying, but he's already made clear.
And with the proposed, yes, so with the proposed driveway, it's 4 inches outside of the restricted area, and there's no way that you're gonna be able to get an excavator in there without causing more damage to the quote unquote restricted covenanted zone that was supposed to be a vegetative buffer
So.
between our properties.
What I'm just saying is the zoning administrator, I care about the 50 feet, but there's not a permit or process that I would have say over the encroachment of the.
But if the construction of the permit you're approving would involve potential issues in that area, then we would. I mean, if an excavator is gonna be over there, then it has to be,
Where do you think the excavator is from? Show me where you think it.
Well, this plan is new.
Yeah.
and So I need to have.
Where do you think an excavator
Uh,
would be?
it would disturb the existing covenant.
Where do you
The excavator will come in this way.
The actual map that we had prior to right now was this, and this is the covenant, and this is where the proposed driveway was.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna get an excavator.
No, what the
In
fuck
this
around the
area.
other way?
And what about all the trees that you already cut down?
Well-
What about that?
At that time.
I don't wanna talk
At that time, the covenant.
I
wasn't-
think we're continuing, so
wasn't further.
I don't think we need to have any further conversation.
You have an issue with the trees, that's a whole other.
Well, that's what's on the
Trying to
appeal, we're not talking about those, we're talking about that. Construction to be able to proceed, and it's not under the purview of the zoning administrator.
So we should
Well,
leave.
I would like to call a meeting to order, and I want to find my gavel, I've heard enough to understand that there's some passing relations here.
We're fine with Peter. I don't know if you sign on, but.
You're talking out of turn, it's my turn. I hold the gavel with my hand if you can't be quiet. Karen.
So I'm just saying that the permit that I issued was for the utility shed.
Yes, I
And
understand.
whether or not it met the criteria for that, the permit.
That was, we
that this
understand
appeal
that.
is that, so I just wanna say that
Does everybody understand that your appeal is for a shed, not for the building of the garage or the driveway? We have no ability to
I have not
discuss any of that.
Did the site plan change from the previous one to this one, aside from the shed?
I stated before, it has not changed.
Okay, then our.
I would like to confirm that before it is determined that this is only an appeal of a shed, and I need to discuss that with my surveyor and my
Well,
attorneys.
you know what,
Because my attorney was very confused from the beginning, there's so many permits, it's like.
this is the
It's
appeal,
very confusing.
this is the permit you appeal.
I understand that,
Okay.
I understand
So
that,
then-
but I need to have the site plans for that, and we have previously amended permits, which I also have, reviewed more closely.
Well,
Because I understand
Haley,
it.
you are repeating yourself.
Okay, I just wanna make sure that I'm
Haley,
heard, yeah.
you're repeating yourself, we appreciate that you have concerns about the
Okay.
wetland and the trees. We do, and that you need more time. Did you hear my board members say they need more time? So you don't need to defend the position that
That's fine, I just don't want it decided today that it's only about a shed, that's all, because it's unclear, because I need to have that, where.
We understand the permits for the utility shed, but
And
part of
that's
that is.
what we're here as a DRB to determine is whether you're appealing the site plan, appealing the shed.
Saying that the site plan,
As long as
it was changed.
Okay,
So.
we haven't determined whether it's changed or not, correct?
Yeah.
Correct?
Right,
So we can't discuss that,
Okay,
okay? What we can discuss is what we know,
okay.
okay? Which is, we have a permit that you appeal
Meeting.
for a shed. That's what we're here for. If you want to, if you're got concerns about building in the middle of a class 2 wetland, which sounds like your home is also in the middle of a class 2 wetland.
Well, my.
So, I mean, we just need to work together with your neighbor to make
We
sure.
provided Peter with an agreement, but he hasn't given us
Yeah,
anything
so
back. We
I
tried to
tried-
resolve this, I'll shut it.
You know, we both talk, and me and everybody else, I'm sure on Zoom, it's really hard for them to follow the conversation. And part of an orderly meeting is being able, one person to talk at a time, so we can have an orderly discussion, yeah?
Right.
So I think, because we don't need any further conversation about this today, correct? That I'm gonna ask for a motion to continue the hearing.
Yeah,
I make-
go ahead, Mary.
I make a motion that we continue the hearing.
And I'll second that.
All right, and then I do have a question before we vote on that, yes.
I guess I'm a little confused why the issue of the shed alone, outside of the issue of the wetlands, which is under the purview of the state,
Yeah.
can't be discussed
Today,
today. It's a very straightforward permit for
well,
that should be able to be decided with the information.
Yeah. I can answer.
Okay, sorry.
If the shed was somehow placed within the wetland, that would be under the purview of the state to enforce, not the town, so the town should really have everything you need to make a decision.
I'm right here visually seeing it, and I would say, okay, Chase and Chase is reputable, they've signed this, it's valid. The letter from Laura's valid, it appears to me to be outside of the 50-foot butter, but well, my two members who are not here present have not seen this map. So, and they both expressed concern, they'd like to have time to look at the map, and I know that democracy is slow and messy. Tell me about it. Yes.
So the other thing is that it's not only about the wetlands, it has become clear, I guess, that there is another survey, which I wasn't aware of until today. But the only certified survey is this filed in the land records, is the survey that I have sent around, which I'd like to enter in as evidence. I have copies of it, it's available in the town office, this is the only recorded survey, and it appears, I don't know, there may or may not be discrepancies between this survey and what is depicted on that plan, but regardless, this is the certified survey recorded in the land records.
Is it certified? Does it have a signature of a?
The copy that is in the office does, and it's
Okay,
downstairs,
Great,
yes.
that's good to know.
Thomas,
Yeah.
my survey, which was done by a different surveyor, is in the town office, and it was recorded last week.
Great, thank you. So if you can find that in the town office, but Peter, you'd probably be willing to submit that as evidence in this.
Let's see if I have it with me.
Yeah, and then we can submit it and then we can try to move forward as quickly as possible. I would like to. I understand it seems like a simple matter, and it is, other than I have two board members who can't see what they have to judge on.
No, I understand that. It just seems that the entire wetlands issue that's under the purview of the state really has nothing to do with
The shed.
the. permit.
Except that the town has permitting, zoning has to follow state rules, which means they can't build within a 50-foot buffer of wetland, so it has to be determined by the state, which now and an engineer, which we now have, but we didn't have it in time for our board members to take a look at it, and then the appealants are asking for some time too, so.
Sorry, I just have one last comment, which is that I'm very concerned because we don't have, the state needs to clarify what's going on. Because they've approved 2 wetlands delineations, and the state needs to clarify which one. Is the right one or what's going on? I've asked and I haven't heard back yet. So that is an outstanding question. Which would be under the purview of zoning and the town, because if we have 2 conflicting delineations, we may have 2 conflicting surveys, I guess, I don't know.
I don't think that would be purview of the town, I think you'd have to take that to the state, not us.
So what,
Which.
okay, all I'm saying all I'm saying is that you just said we now have from the state the determinative one, and I'm just saying that we don't, because we have a determination from the same person.
From Laura.
Right, and so she wrote the same decision. All I'm saying is, we all should be concerned because the state is saying 2 different things right now.
Well, then
So-
I think that's the
That's
state's
We
responsibility.
can't move forward with a lot of these issues.
We're not
saying.
We're not moving forward.
And-
And why don't you sit down,
Okay,
calm down.
The whole reason that we continued this was for him to get.
You know what, it's because I just wanna make sure we're engaging in respectful communication and clearly. Oh, so the guy photographing me is laughing, how nice, so let's just be clear.
People stop cutting me off, I just wanna speak without me.
You know, this is our appeal that we paid for and made time for, so I just wanna make sure.
I'm gonna call this meeting to order, which
Okay.
means you are designated to speak. As the chair, I determine who speaks, and that's what happens when chaos reigns, somebody has to take charge. And that's unfortunately my job, and I think that I would like to make a motion to leave the hearing with a continuance date. I have a motion, continue, you wanna continue next month?
Yes,
Next month?
yes.
July, what date is that? July 10th. Yes?
I'm not available.
Yes,
Not available for that.
Yeah, we actually are gonna be out of town that week, so.
Well, I can't do the week before. Do we have another proposed date to include the appeal participants, the folks who made the appeal? Seth? St. Mary? Another date proposal? I can't make the 3rd.
Yeah, I would
What?
have to look at a calendar.
I thought that you only meet once a month, that's why we had to continue it until now.
We
Yeah.
do, but if that's the 10th. And you
Right,
can't
but
make
so
it,
we
so.
can't, we have existing plans, there's nothing we can do.
They can make they can make a special meeting for it.
Okay.
We can.
I'm just.
Do you guys have a date
That's it.
suggestion? You can Seth, you have to look at your calendar. We should make a date for the continuance. We can't leave that hanging. Mary, you wanna? He's
I
gonna go
am,
get,
I am away, but I am available by Zoom anytime after July 8th.
July 8th, you said?
Yes. Yes,
That's the week that we are traveling, so we are not going to be here until the following week.
It looks like I am available on the 17th. That would work for me.
I'm checking my calendar right now.
I would, so the 17th would work for me as well.
At 7 p.m.
It would be the 6th, oh yeah, Wednesday, the 17th at 7 p.m. I can do that too. So, how about you add that to your motion? Yeah, we continue the hearing to Wednesday, July 17th at 7 o'clock.
I amend my motion to continue the hearing till July 17th at 7 o'clock.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, great. So the hearing has been continued, and I'll take a motion to go out of hearing. Yeah. Close the hearing.
Motion to.
I'll
Close.
move to close.
Second.
Oh, we don't
Second.
close the hearing, never mind. We're just continuing, so we're done with
Okay.
that.
All right.
We're done with that. We will, Pete, just to be clear, he submitted all of this.
Okay.
And you can send us digital copies so that people can view them on their computers at home. And what I am confused about has this changed
No,
in anything?
no, that's the most recent survey.
Okay, and that's the boundaries. That's what we're
Well,
looking at.
that's might be disputed, I guess, because there's two certified surveys that I don't know, that's what we need to figure out,
So
so.
this is something he's submitting as evidence, so.
And mine is submitted as evidence, right?
Anything you submitted
Okay.
is submitted as evidence.
It's part of the big pile of different documents that are spread around here that I'll have to clear up.
Okay.
I just want,
Yes,
I just need,
Karen.
Carrie, I put you on the interested, party. Okay, all right, just because you're not here and I needed to put you on the list as an interested party, okay.
Well, thank you. You're on mute, Carrie.
Apologies. Thank you very much. I just want to express my gratitude. And does anyone need any contact information from me, or do you already have an email?
So, Carrie, if I could send you your email to Plainfield ZA.
We can bring them next time, just so they can have it added to the.
Send the email to, could you say that again? I'll write it down.
PlainfieldZA@gmail.com.
And is it the C is in cat, A is in apple?
No, zoning,
Hopefully we'll figure
Z
something
is
out.
zoning.
Oh, Z. Ah, that makes sense. Thank you.
I thought that, yes, but to make sure that's.
So Plainfield ZA at,
Make sure nobody has to clean up anything.
Gmail.com.
much appreciated. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. We're gonna move on to approving the minute.
Janice,
Name-
Janice,
Yes,
I would appreciate a digital copy of the survey or whatever we're talking about that Peter presented. But I'd also like to know if it's available in the town office so I can look at a bigger copy.
yes, right here is a pile. Karen, where can we leave this so Mary can come look at all of this? Where will it be? Do you know? We don't have a little DRB office, do we?
She can take it from Carol.
No, I like to do as much of it. Carol's very helpful, but I think for today, I'm gonna put it downstairs in the closet in the back office. And
Okay,
then I'm hopefully, let's say Wednesday. It may be, I may not be able to really work hard on this until Monday.
I will be back in town on Monday morning.
Okay,
So-
I will try to get it all done before then.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, well, I just wanna say that I hope that the state, you guys can work with the state, we've both been working with the state to come up with a unified understanding of the wetland designation, because it seems like there's a conflict here. I don't wanna have a conversation about it, but I'm just hoping, and it is outside our purview, but if we have two determinations that are different, at least we have a right to look at those, and we'll make our determination about this shed.
And the whole reason we continued was for him to get an opportunity to do that. So it's interesting that it's relevant now, and it wasn't in March. So good, it's fine, you guys, no, I just,
July 17th.
Yes, did you have something else you'd like to say?
There's
Carrie, you're muted.
There's probably a date on the state's determination,
Definitely.
and the newest one would supersede.
Doesn't, Right, so most documents are not here.
That Peters is the latest.
No, I appreciate your reason and I hope that you'll come to the next meeting to continue to present reason and, my board members, again, I'm gonna go back to my virtual board members have not an opportunity to be here to look at this, so. But I appreciate your presenting a
That
further,
just seemed to resolve the issue.
So just-
One that's more relevant, it would be the newest revision from.
just,
We don't have that, we don't have the report from this. We have a lengthy report from the state over there, which was a draft determination.
didn't take an oath to speak in this folks, so I'm not sure if that followed.
he did raise his
I
hand,
guess.
Oh, okay.
so I'm sorry that,
Okay,
that you feel like he didn't, I saw his hand raised.
okay, that's great.
Hey,
Um,
Carrie had a hand raised too, right, Carrie?
Yeah, Carrie, turn your mute off and speak to us. Do you want to need any more of those?
Yeah. These are.
Thank you. Sorry, and I apologize in advance for maybe I'm not fully understood. So this question may sound a little naive, but just looking at the notice of public hearing, there was on the piece of paper, there's sort of a list here of all sorts of things we're to discuss. So just so I'm understanding, we're basically tabling everything to discuss next time. Is that nothing's been removed off of this list? Okay, thank you.
Carrie, are you interested in joining the DRB?
We need a couple of new.
Possibly, I'm just finishing up my clinical supervision to become a psychotherapist, so I'm busy at the moment, but you know what? I may have some free time in a year or two, so I'll consider your offer. Appreciate it.
Okay,
Okay,
The wetland was rescue.
there's no further discussion on the hearing since it's been postponed. There is no further discussion. We have to approve last month's meeting minutes. Should we?
I make a motion to approve last month's meeting minutes.
I think I read them when they came through. Kristen sent them out, correct?
And I
Yes.
sent them today, I believe.
Yeah, and I've reviewed them. I second that motion.
Great. Then did you see anything that needs to be changed? All good?
Looked good to me.
All in favor, say aye first of
Aye.
Don.
I
Do you don't have a physical copy?
Yes, I do somewhere.
Because then I can sign it, right? Then I need to sign it. All right, so is there any other business?
I don't have any.
All right, then I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Mary, guess who gets to second it?
Second, I'm taking notes.
Two.
Thank you for coming. So Mary, you'll be attending on Zoom and maybe we'll have a chance to look at things over and we'll see you all on the 17th.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Carrie, for attending. Hope you come again. Thank you all for coming.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Chris, anything? All right. Well, the meeting's over.
I hear you.
Bye.
Bye.
It is what it is.
Probably they're never laid back, okay? It just seems like they put the Okay. Thank you.
Good to see you again, Peter.
Nice to see you.
I'm glad I got approved. Not by these guys, but by.
Yeah, I'm not.
You shine while you're here. Why are we filming us that other day when you're on our property? It's so weird that you talked about it. It's okay. You photographs us on our property and then explain anything.
That's kind of, well, that's disconcerting.
Yeah, it is. I got a public hearing. You're home. The guy who
Oh,
told me, so, so we talked something, so. Ah.
Thank you for working hard to get information out to us.
We literally were making changes on it, skipping over them.
Well,
The whole thing could be resolved with the proposed agreement we spent money on.
we still have an agreement either, I don't know why. So we're on the same page. But I needed that in time.
Maybe we're not.
So
Then why did you tell me that?
I'm gonna go through it like 2/3. You said you wanted to do some remodeling. Yeah.
That's not, wait, you're,
Like my husband's.
Sorry.
Really?
really,
Right, so, okay, we're moving, we're being moved from.
we do things like handshake and a smile.
Apartment building. You said that you made this agreement. And you.
That's not a handshake and a smile.
Oh, okay, you were supposed to tell us you.
That's not-
Okay, well, that's all right, but that was my mother's home when she was growing up, and I live in the paternal family home, so I'm moving to the maternal family. So that,
Did you get it?
I did not, the house was sale because my son Alex, who bought the apartment building, decided that he wasn't sure he was ready for us to sell.
Well, that's,
Where,
can I ask you a question? Oh, I have to turn the hearing off, I don't, I have to turn this off.
I don't agree here, but I might stop by. Okay.
oh my gosh, I just look at myself on the thing.
So